What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm bringing you the complete beginner's guide to active matter. This is going to be everything you guys need to know when you first start up the game, how to navigate the menu, what everything is in the menu, what the replicator is, what monolith is, monolith tokens, etc. Everything was going to be explained in this video. I will have a separate guide going over how to handle every PvE in the game, so every enemy type in the game. I will have that guide coming out for you shortly after this one. I will probably do that one live on stream. I'm doing this one off stream at the moment. I do stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would love to have you guys in the stream with me. I stream on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. The links for that are down in the description. Join the Discord. Be sure to keep up with me as well if you want more active matter content. There's going to be a lot coming out for my channel, lots of guides as well. But we will have a complete PvE guide as well, and then a PvP guide as well, since I have been playing this game for a long time. So with that said, let's get into the game and actually break down everything so that way you guys know where to go, what to look for, what everything is, etc. All right, so here we are in the game. So first things up, when you hit escape or go to missions, you're going to be greeted with this splash screen. Raids is your standard extraction mode. The hired ops is like a team deathmatch type of mode or something like that. And then the Nexus battle, I believe, is going to be turning into like the battlefield type mode where you can get like contracted as a PMC or something like that. I don't know. This is still a big work in progress at the time of this video, so I can't explain it fully because it's not a fully completed mode. But you go to your raids, and this is where you're going to see every raid that is open to you to go through. You're going to have a few of these closed, such as Dam, Gigastructure, and Perk. You will have to unlock those through investigations, which we'll get to in a minute. Now, looking at this screen, as you can see, the Shigolsky Overgrowth. This one is glowing purple. So that is your like daily cam crystallized active matter earner. So it's called your priority raid. Complete any operative objective during the raid. You can do this in open raid, which is PvP, or an isolated raid, which is PvE. The difference between these two, in isolated raids, you will have these two extra missions closed off. So you will not earn as many monolith tokens, money, and rewards just overall in general. But if you go to open raid, as you can see, these are now unlocked. And down here, if you go into PvE, these don't really change, but you get the gist. You won't get these extra bonuses here for doing it in PvE. So that's how the progression is. The progression is completely together. It is all one in the isolated raid and open raid. So you can progress all the way through PvE if you wanted, etc. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But this is your priority raid, and this will give you cam. As you can see, 60 crystallized active matter for doing any of these objectives in one go. They're all really simple water samples you can just literally pick up and put in your butt pocket if you take one into raid with you, and it'll still count even if you die and like respawn or whatever. So that's pretty much it for this screen. You just pick where you want to go. You look at your missions here. So like, let's say this one says deep study of flowermen melee. You obviously have to kill the flowermen with a melee. You can re-roll it if it's not something you want to do. Let's see if I have a different one that'll show. Yeah, so here, deep study of flowermen with a handgun. So I have to kill him with a handgun. So you get the idea. These are all pretty simple. These just say kill, collect water samples, bada bing, bada boom, right? And then these are your primary objectives. So the operative objectives are separate from the primary objectives. Primary objectives, you get more rewards and stuff, as you can see. So like if you do this one, you can definitely see the reward difference in there. You get like helmets. Sometimes you get guns, depending on whatever. See, like this one has like a crate, so you can get equipment and things like that. So that's the missions terminal, things like that. Epic Center is closed because it's not out yet. They are reworking this. Going over here, so your cycle, this is how many times you prestiged. I've prestiged twice. As you can see, it says 2 here. I'm working on my 3rd one. This is credits are your cash that you use in the shop. As you can see, we're in the shop. This lets you buy weapons, weapon mods, attachments, ammo, medicines, etc. Your monolith tokens. Your monolith tokens is what you use to unlock things that you can buy from the store and from blueprints, okay? And it lets you unlock investigations, which give you other rewards, as you can see, like crystallized active matter, chronogens from Devourer. So let's go down like here. Do I have it here? You can also unlock different body sleeves and stuff, and more crystallized active matter. There's a lot to this, so just bear with me here. I'm trying to go through it as simple as possible and make it as simple as possible, because there's a bunch of tabs here. So again, missions takes you to your raids. Moving on, investigations. Investigations is like your quest, essentially, right? If you've played Tarkov, this is basically, oh, hey, you talk to this trader, they give you this task, do XYZ. So as you could see here, I have this one, a scope in the ashes. I have to find enriched Zenit cameras. You'll know it when you see it. And then once this is all done, I turn this in. It gives me a fuse recipe, which we'll get into in here in a minute. I get the blueprint for the gun, the gun itself, and 20 crystallized active matter. Now, and this one is locked, Urban Withdrawal. And you can see it doesn't tell me what I have to do. You can see that it's locked. You can see the rewards. And it says unlocks at Monolith level Gamma. So if you click on it, Monolith level Gamma, it'll highlight the one that I need to do. So Urban Withdrawal. It's 150 Monolith tokens. Or Monolith tokens are up here in the top right, just to the left of the crystallized active matter amount. So for 150 active matter, or I'm sorry, 150 Monolith tokens, I can unlock this and do the quest. You have to basically unlock them to do the quest. This one is pretty worth it, the locker that appears at dawn, because you get a storage extension volume, which we'll get into in just a minute. But this is how you make progression, how you unlock different things and stuff like that. This is also how you unlock the different maps, so Dam, Park, and Gigastructure. And this is also how lore is explained through the game as well. And right here, as you can see, these are the different operatives that you can unlock as well, all through doing investigations. Some of these are pretty expensive. Kwame here, you have to prestige, so you have to go to your cycle, you have to create a new personal timeline, then you can go to your monolith at the very end here, access level Mew in the bottom left. You can see right here, you can unlock it. You can unlock him or unlock the investigation to do him. And on this page, after you've prestiged, you can only unlock one thing at a time. So if you are going to prestige, I recommend prestiging once and going for the operative objectives slot +1. This is going to give you an extra mission to complete every day, and therefore let you progress through the prestige even faster. So that way, when you get done with prestige 1, you'll be able to go through prestige 1 faster and finish it faster and get to prestige 2 quicker than you did a non-prestiged account. And then I would unlock maybe the liquidator, you know, Kwame here, or a permanent storage extension, or a replicator queue, which we'll get into here in just a minute. The shop I already explained is pretty self-explanatory. This is where you buy all the stuff that you need. So one thing that I do have to go over here, the special slot here. So this can give you a small safe container, medium safe, large safe. These are your butt pockets, essentially. But the way that these work currently at the time of recording, they are changing these. When you die, they break instantly, and if you have nothing in it, they still die. They're changing it to where if you die, you can like basically keep it on you and hope that your teammates resurrect you. If you're playing solo, we don't know how that works yet, so that is to be determined. I will probably make a quick like short, basically going over how this is changed in the future. But as you can see, it takes 50 purple currency, crystallized active matter, CAM for short. The best thing to spend your CAM on, in all honesty, is monolith tokens. This is going to help you progress through your monolith even faster. So each level, so for example, right here, we're just looking at an early one here. Monolith tokens spent, you need to spend 455 monolith tokens in order to progress to this next one, to Delta. Or I'm sorry, to progress to this level, which is Gamma. And for Delta, you need 1610. So like, for example, I'm on access level Iota. This is my current access level at the time of this recording. For me to get Kappa, I had to have spent 48,300 monolith tokens, which I have achieved. The last thing I have to do is kill Devourers. Now, as you can see, this says bypass for 3,500 monolith tokens. You can do this if you want. I would probably do it on some of the earlier levels because it's way cheaper. Kill Devourers, you can run a couple cargo port raids and be good to go on this. But every time you spend your monolith tokens on bypassing something, it does not count towards your monolith tokens spent. So if I spend this 3,500, it won't count towards this total 69,300 that I need for the level following Kappa, which is Lambda. It also won't count if I do an investigation. Let's see here. What's one that I've done before? I don't think I have any. But some of these investigations, you can pay monolith tokens to just skip through them and then just finish it. You can also pay CAM. I would not pay CAM, crystallized active matter. I would pay the monolith tokens to progress through these, because how this ends up working is, let's say you pay, some of these are like 10 all the way up to like 250 monolith tokens. And then you get, in reward, you get crystallized active matter, which then you can use in the shop again to buy 5,000 monolith tokens, which allows you to go through the monolith faster. I know it's very confusing. Once you go through it yourself a few times, it'll definitely get better. It'll make way more sense. The way to make this number go up, this monolith tokens spent, is you have to buy things specifically from the selection here. So for example, this thermal scope, it's 2,300 monolith tokens. If I buy that, the monolith tokens spent will increase by 2,300 here, which will put me ever so closer to getting to 69,300 that I need to spend in order to get to Lambda here, okay? And as you can see, this says mandatory. Anything that says bypassable, you can just pay with monolith tokens to skip. If it says mandatory, you have to do it. Moving on, as I said before, you buy things in the monolith, as you can see, right? So like if I was to buy this muzzle brake, for example, it would give me the blueprint. As you can see, I'm hovering over it, the DTK TAC 1 muzzle brake blueprint, and the ability to buy this muzzle brake. So let me show you. Let me go to the shop, weapon mods, DTK. So as you can see, it is locked. It says unlocks at monolith level iota, and I can't buy it. It doesn't have these where it says I can add to cart or buy to storage. I can't buy it because I don't have it unlocked in the monolith. But as soon as you unlock it in the monolith, you get the blueprint. The way the blueprints work is, as you can see, these are my completed blueprints. Now there are blueprints like this, like the stock. This is a decent stock. Aiming speed plus 9% and minus 3% recoil. As you can see, I have these tokens right here, right? Let me see if I have anything that is enriched real quick. I don't have anything enriched to show you, but these tokens in the replicator here are called chrono traces. There's a bunch of different currencies in here, so just stick with me. But the chrono traces will only show up inside your replicator. You get these from refining in your refiner enriched items. Enriched items will have like this blue glow to them on the square. Not like this. It'll be a blue glow down here in the bottom right. And you'll see what I mean when you find something that's enriched. Literally anything you find in a raid will be enriched, unless it is from another player that they brought it in, right? If it is free loose loot in the world, it will be enriched. The way that you get these chrono traces is from from refining weapons, enriched weapons specifically, enriched weapons, enriched items, mostly enriched weapons, grenades, medical things, and things like that. That's how you get the chrono traces. So if I had, let's just say I had 100 chrono traces, and this is at 1,387 out of 1,500. I could put, see, you don't have any free chrono traces. If I had 100 chrono traces here, I could add 100 chrono traces to this, and it would put me at 1,487, and I would only need 13 more to unlock this stock, this blueprint completely. What happens when I am able to have a completed blueprint? So I'll go ahead. So you select the blueprint you want. So this is the current meta weapon, which is the AR-416A5 and the AK-12. So as you can see, this one is completed. It's completely unlocked. It's not grayed out. Doesn't tell me to add more, etc. Right? I just go ahead and pop it in here. It'll start making them. So I'll have one in 18 hours, essentially. And then after the 18 hours, these two will start getting produced. And then after another 18, these two will start being produced. And then after another 18, these two will start being produced. So you have to wait the full 18 hours before you can get to the next one. It's not making these all at once. So you can set this before you go to bed. And then by the time you log back in, maybe the next day, you should have at least one or two things, you know. Obviously, this is an end game gun. So it's going to take 18 hours. As you can see, replication time takes 18 hours. But something like this Calameter, this sight, 30 seconds. Pistol grip, 30 minutes. Bayonet knife, 30 seconds. A3 helmet, 30 minutes. The other thing that I talked about before we got to the replicator in the blueprints, there was fuse recipes. So scope in the ashes, right? All right, as you can see, this says fuse recipe on it. I'm not going to use the SVDM fuse recipe because I don't have it, obviously. But if I go to the refiner, I have the incendiary grenade fuse recipe. So what this means is you have to find things in the world, you put them in the refiner, and it'll produce said thing. So the UMP45, for example, I need this item, a piece of newspaper, the Monolith 1980. This specific newspaper. It can't be any other newspaper. Okay, as you can see, when I'm hovering over it in the bottom of it, it says used in fuse recipes. UMP45, heavily modified PP19, heavily modified AKS-74U. And same with this, I need the Great Encyclopedia Agriculture. It can't be another Great Encyclopedia. It has to be this one specifically, and this clock on a stand. All right, you put these in here. So for example, this PP19, right? If it needs 30 active matter, which you get from doing like the most basic of things, you just hit filled, start using, boom, literally takes like 3 seconds, 30 active matter. Now I have a PP19 in my inventory. Very simple. Your profile shows your profile, obviously, your career, kills, deaths, notes, key objectives, and then your raid archive. You can see how that went. And you can also see, you know, like see, oh, you got killed here, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of good information here. So if you are trying to get better, I will have a guide on how to get better active matter using this and a bunch of other stuff. So be sure to subscribe for that. Audio, it's just where all the songs play that are in the game. I have it muted right now so you guys aren't hearing it. Yeah, so that's the refiner. You put the things that are glowing bright blue in the bottom, from the bottom right hand corner. In here you get chrono traces from the replicator. You get chrono traces. You pump the chrono traces into an item that you want to start replicating by hitting the plus, and then you can start producing it. There are other ways to unlock the blueprint as well, simply by using the item in raid. So for example, the AR 416A5, the kills that you get on PvE and players, the suppressors that you use, a whole bunch of stuff, literally anything that you do with the weapon, and every time you use like a painkiller, every time you use like the driver's first aid kit, you will get an extra bonus to the blueprint. So for example, let's go to the raid archive here. I think, yeah, so in the spoils section, replicators research. So because I used the medical bag, I got 48 chrono traces. Use of the item, as you can see. Chrono traces source. So the SKS carbine, I got plus 100 because I extracted with the carbine. Same with the scout flashlight. So I got operatives hit, operative kills, monster hit, and monster kills. So that gave me 334 chrono traces. Same with this calameter. So every attachment and the weapon itself will give you chrono traces added to the blueprint specific. It won't be free chrono traces like that go in here. It'll be specific to the blueprint. And then as you can see here as well, daily rewards. You also get monolith tokens for killing different types of PvE and players, I believe. All right, as for your inventory, your torso, there's different types of armor plates. Each type of armor plate does something different. I just hover over them. It'll tell you exactly what they do. Ceramic is definitely best for like gunfights. Titan armor is like is like the best overall. And the UHMWPE armor plate is great for like if you're just a PvE player. These are probably great along with the steels. Melee weapon, there's different melee weapons. Each do different things, different damage, I believe as well. Your beacon, these are your respawn beacons. Your safe container is your butt pocket. So the larger the safe container, the more volume you can have. Volume is what is used for your storage and stuff like that. So items in storage, I have 35,650 volume out of 45,000, and my backpack has 900 volume. So that means I can throw in an SVD and not have to worry about it. It's not like Tarkov where you have to play Tetris and make things fit, take things off, etc. Right? You just throw it in here and it takes the volume. So the larger the item, obviously the larger the volume it's going to be. So like for an LMG, for example, it takes me to 730, whereas that SVD takes me to 680. Everything has volume. There are very few things that don't in this game. Keys, I believe, are one of the keys have 10 volume, so you can throw those in your butt pocket if you want. Some of the water samples that I told you guys about in the missions on the different maps, or soil samples, water samples, they only take 2 volume in your inventory. So you can throw it in your safe container, in your backpack, etc. There are some things that take literally 0. And sometimes that is like mission items and things like that. Down here in the storage, you can see I have 3 storage extensions that I can unlock, which will each increase it by 2,500. So I can get an extra 7,500 worth of storage and increase my total maximum volume. So I can have more stuff. Your level, each level, you do get a perk. So as you can see, this is the perk tree. Each person's perk tree is different. I don't think it changes from prestige to prestige, but I could be wrong on that. I don't really remember since it's been a minute since I last prestiged. But yeah, free way to get monolith tokens every day is you go to this Legacy of the Fallen here. I think you have to unlock it or it's just given to you free. I can't remember. And you just select 3 dog tags, literally any 3 dog tags, and it'll just give you a free 1,000. Hold on, let me keep these actually, because those are the cool looking ones. I try and find ones that are like from people that I haven't killed because I like having my name on it. But so like this one, Turn Soldier, killed that person. This one doesn't even have a name on it, and then that guy killed that one. So if I just hit start fusing, I got 3 out of 3 dog tags in here. Complete the refine. So now I have 1,900 monolith tokens. Boom, right? So now I can use those monolith tokens again in here to unlock something new that I can start building the blueprint for, and then eventually replicate it in the replicator. And you can obviously unlock even more, so that way you always have more stuff being made at any given time. So that is basically everything in this. Your messages are your messages, your like your system messages. This is your friend area. How you add somebody is you go here, you start searching for a name, and then boom, and then here your options are like your game options, sound and stuff like that. And then your controls is like your key bindings and things like that. Or you can also go here and add player. And then here you can see players met in session. You can do that in raid as well to see like who you've come across and things like that. The emergency teleport will help you if you are stuck. You also have from the very start of any wipe, so any prestige, any wipe, a shooting range. The way the shooting range works is it matches whatever you are wearing. So if I throw on a tight armor plate, his chest will now have a tight armor plate. All right. So if I go to a, let's say, ceramic armor plate, he should die a little bit slower, just a tad bit slower. So nothing crazy, but he is wearing what I am wearing. Actually, he might be wing steel. I might have to change it out here. I'm not entirely sure how that works 100%, but it does match what you are wearing. So if I go in here with ceramic now, as you can see, that took like 1 to 2 extra shots. And then if I go in here with, let's say, a titan armor plate, he's matching what I have. So same with the helmet, right? Yeah, I'll show you guys with the helmet here in just a second. 1, 2, 3. So 3 headshots, right? Now if I go out, change this helmet to, let's say this one, this SF helm. 1, 2. You can even see it change the color. He's matching what I got going on. Yeah, you cannot shoot in this area. As you can see, it says too much valuable equipment around. This is your like monolith gate. You used to have to come here to start a raid. They changed that though. The way that you prestige is you go all the way through the monolith. So you get all the way down here to access level Mu. Then you hit the open the monolith portal. It'll take you through the portal that you first came through when you started the game, basically. You go in through there, you do the tutorial again, and then you say yes to Miss Second, and you are now on a new prestige, a new wipe. It is literally that simple. I almost forgot about something. So the last thing I want to go over is in your inventory. You go down here, click on the character that you have. So 2 things. You go down here. This is where you can select your body sleeve. Different body sleeves give you different things. You can see all the characteristics and skills, modified stats, unaffected stats here, and whatnot that your character has. And I think this also shows what these do. So like if I change bulletproof to carrying capacity 1, or even like breath control, yeah, as you can see, it updates here in real time. So with that said, you go here, select body sleeve, and as you can see, there's a bunch of different ones. Currently the best ones are this guy. As you can see, he has an extra large plate in the front, 2 large plates on his arms, and 2 small ones on his legs. And Kwame here, this one, extra large plate, large. And then this one is the best by far, just because it gives you weight penalty reduction plus 20% and physical activity impact heart rate minus 30. Whereas Omar here gives you melee proof and stamina drain. So the weight one is definitely better, just because you'll be able to carry more stuff and move around more freely. But yeah, this one's definitely better for PvE, just because it's melee proof. But again, you can't go wrong with picking this one. I would say the 3rd best one is probably this guy that I'm rocking, the Paladin. You can only get him if you get like the most premium edition out there, not the one that gives you 2 extra keys to give to your friends, but the one right below that one. So yeah, and as you can see, he's got a large plate, large on his legs, so not the best, but the body temperature reduction is pretty nice, which does help against thermals and whatnot. And then how you change like your appearance, so you can see I can take off his mask, put his mask back on. If there's hats, I guess that'll be in the future, you can put that on, and this is where you change your camo too. As for your chronogens here, you can change them right here, or you can change them in here. And each one, these are like your perks. They give you different things and stuff. One thing to take note of is like this one. This is a level 3. So if you die, I believe in a raid, because it says after a failed raid. I don't know if it means if you die and then you're able to respawn with a beacon, if it'll remain as a jump 3, or if your entire squad gets wiped and then you go back to lobby that way. So let's just say if you die, this jump 3 will decrease to a jump 2. But you can use in the refiner here, you can take a couple of the what's it called, tier 2s that I have here. As you can see, fill and start fusing. Just hit max, start fusing, and it'll use some. And as you can see, I got an extra jump 3 and an extra melee 3. So every time you lose one, you can just stack them up. Hold on. Every time you lose a tier 3, you can just stack them up as tier 2s and then refine them into tier 3s. You might not get the same thing. It'll be in the same category. So like if you put in a bunch of green ones, you'll get a green one out. If you put in a bunch of red ones, you'll get a red one out. So that's how it balances out. So you might not get jump again if you lose a jump 3, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's the last little bit that I have to cover for you guys. If there's anything, any question or anything that you want to know about, you know, just navigating this area or anything in general, just ask me down in the comments. I will answer all of you guys. And if you are a veteran player and have tips for new players that are coming in, be sure to leave that down in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one for the PvE guide, PvP guide, weapon build guide, all the stuff. Every guide that you can probably think of, I will be doing. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. God bless y'all.